Hey, what's up? I'm Parker, your acid bath princess of the darkness.
And I'm Stevie.
And we're just in Stevie's room, rocking out to MCR and celebrating the new year, which we don't really understand because really, when you think about it, one more year is one more year closer to death. So, suit yourself, humanity.
Congratulations.
What is the title of your book?
Moments of Clarity. Let's not go there once again. You're entitled to your wrong opinion. That's fine. I stand on my credentials and my knowledge. Something you can never take away.
Hello and welcome to Moments of Clarity, a spin-off of the Let's Scream podcast where host Stevie Nash... Wait, I said your name! Hello and welcome to Moments of Clarity, a spin-off of the Let's Scream podcast where hosts Parker Wilsey
And Stevie Nash
take a break from screaming at our favorite horror movies and have a moment of clarity. What are we holding space for this episode?
Well, we're going to be reading a fan fiction.
We're holding space for My Immortal, which is the most infamous fanfic.
More infamous than 50 Shades of Grey.
Well, that's the one that got published. That's the actual fanfic that got published. We came up with this idea on New Year's because I showed up to your New Year's Eve party dressed like this.
Yeah.
And you were like, why are you dressed like that? And I'm like, because I'm Tara. I'm your acid bath princess of the darkness. If you know that video...
Then you know.
You're a real one.
You understand.
I'm Raven, your acid bath princess of the darkness.
And I'm Tara.
I was kind of in this like goth character.
Yes.
And I started to read to you just a little bit of My Immortal because you'd never heard it before.
No.
This is something that like Viv and I used to do together. We'd always sit and read My Immortal together. And it's written by... Well, we don't know. That's the thing. It's this whole mystery. And her name is Raven.
It's Tara... According to the Wikipedia, Tara...
Yeah, it's Tara.
Gillespie?
Yeah, Gillespie. And she always shouts out her friend, Raven. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
But it's not Tara and Raven from the iconic Tara and Raven video.
But in our lore it is.
Yeah, well, we like to think it is, exactly. I don't even know how to describe it. We'll have to get into it.
I will say, from what I've seen, there is some talk of self-harm, so if that makes you uncomfortable...
Disclaimer, yeah.
We can put a warning before, like, when it's going to happen, I guess.
Yeah, well, we can say it. We can bring it up and just be like, hey, disclaimer.
Yeah, like, so if you don't want to hear this, skip ahead, like, 15 seconds.
Yeah. Because that's just kind of how emo humor was back in the day.
Yeah.
It's kind of a problem. We're not going to read the author's notes at all. Because I think they're problematic.
Okay. I'm sure they are.
They're written, like, phonetically. Like, they're also, like, hard to read anyway because it's, like, slang.
It was definitely a relic of its time.
Well, that's the thing I was going to ask you. So, what is your kind of personal experience with goth culture or emo culture?
I mean, I went to a Catholic school. So,
yeah, you went to a private
so,
Catholic
like, we weren't
school.
allowed to, like, dress up. We had to wear uniforms. There just wasn't room for that. But, like, I guess the closest I got is my friends were really into Paramore. So I listened to Paramore.
Loved Paramore.
So I listened to Paramore. I liked Riot, that album.
Yeah.
That was the album I liked.
It's a good one.
That was... And I guess I would listen to, like, emo songs and, like, Rock Band.
Mm-hmm. I like some pop punk.
Yeah.
I wanted to be emo really badly. Like, I was a little too young because I was in like middle school during this whole era.
Oh yeah,
this wasn't really high school for me. That was kind of phased out by high school.
Oh, absolutely.
But I wanted to like go into Hot Topic and like buy all this shit, but I wasn't allowed to. Because, you know, it's, like, edgy. Like, when you're in middle school, like, your parents are like, no, you're not gonna wear the fucking, like, streak bangs into 8th grade.
But they would look so
But I would have served cunt. So actually dressing like this is kind of like healing my inner child a little bit, to be quite honest.
I love that for you.
And I just love that era. I do miss like so much stuff about that era. I think it was a really like experimental like time in fashion and in music. But like all the boys were like kind of femme and like it's kind of like makeup and I always wanted to explore that. So I think that's why I have such a soft spot for it. I also loved the Twilight Saga. Now, if you haven't, I think this episode is maybe coming out before our Let's Scream. Yeah, so we can announce it here.
Yeah, well, we also talked about it on the last podcast. So if you didn't see it in the last podcast, which, why did you not listen to it? We talked about 2 Disney Channel episodes.
That's So Raven and Zach and Cody. Go listen to it.
So it's a great one. But we talked about what we will be doing next month, which is... Parker, do you want to say it? Oh, I'm so excited.
Stephenie Meyer March.
We're doing Twilight.
Stephenie Meyer March. We're going to do all the Twilight films.
We're going to talk about Edward. Edward. Oh my
Jacob.
God. Jacob.
Jasper,
Oh.
no, Jasper!
Jasper. Oh.
Like, yes, he was a Confederate soldier. It's problematic, but it's Jasper.
I forgot about that.
Stephenie Meyer did that. She made that conscious decision to be like, yeah, I'm going to do this.
Our Mormon queen. I am so excited for Stephenie Meyer March. So this is the perfect like little prelude to that.
Yes.
So like we'll just rewind the clock back to the early 2000s.
Yes.
And we'll take a little dive into this literary masterpiece.
Yes. Is it just Maya Mortal?
No, My Immortal.
My Immortal.
Not Maya Mortal. Who the fuck is Maya Mortal?
I thought that was her name.
Wait,
So,
that would be
drag
a really,
name.
That would be a really good drag name.
Great drag name.
Maya Mortal.
My Immortal.
I'll go first.
Okay, we're gonna like switch off each chapter. Okay.
Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name. With purple streaks and red tip that reaches my mid-back, and icy blue eyes like limpid tears, and a lot of people tell me I look like Amy Lee. And the author's note, if you don't know who that is, get the hell out of here. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish because he's a fucking major hottie. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin.
Wait, why is white highlighted?
Straight and white. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic, and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today, I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it, and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets, and black combat boots. I was wearing black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner, and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing and raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about.
Snowing and raining.
Both at the same time. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them. Hey, Ebony, shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. What's up, Draco? I asked. Nothing, he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me, and I had to go away. End of chapter 1. So as you'll notice, like, most of the chapter is just her describing her outfit.
And then it just kind of ends. The next day, I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony, and inside it was a hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took off, but it says took of my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets. My friend Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you.
Raven! It's Raven! It's the acid bath princess of the darkness.
My friend Willow woke up, then grinned at me. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with a black mini, fishnets, and pointy high-heel boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, with white foundation, and black eyeliner. This is not the uniform.
Right. Because I'm thinking, like, in Harry Potter, they're wearing, like, those cloaks and, like little British schoolboy uniforms the whole time.
OMFG, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yeah? So? I said, blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out of the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall. No, I so fucking don't, I shouted.
You don't have to use the F word with me.
You don't have to use the F word with me.
Yeah, right, she exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me. Hi, he said. Hi, I replied flirtily. Flirtily?
Flirtily.
Guess what, he said. What, I asked. Well, Good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. Oh my fucking God, I screamed. I love GC. They're my favorite band, beside MCR. Well, do you want to go with me? He asked. I gasped. End of chapter.
Cliffhangers, diva. Chapter 3. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace-up boots with high heels. Underneath them were ripped fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and front. I put on my matching fishnet on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little surprised. Hold on.
Okay.
Disclaimer, this is the self-harm joke, okay?
So please, skip ahead if you don't like this.
She says, I felt a little depressed then, so I my I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding, and then I listened to some GC. I drank some human blood too, so I was ready to go to the concert.
I love the reminders that she's a vampire.
She is a vampire, and she's a witch. Let's not forget that she's both. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a Simple Plan t-shirt. Is Simple Plan the ones who sing, sorry, I can't be perfect?
I don't know.
I think it is, yeah. Perfect! And they would play at the show, too. He had on baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner.
Author note, a lot of cool boys wear it, okay?
It's not gay, okay? He just wears makeup, okay? It's not even gay. Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Okay, sorry. Hi, Draco, I said in a depressed voice. Hi, Ebony, he said back. We went into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 666 and flew to the place with the concert. It's not named. It's just the concert place. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson.
How long did it take them to get there? Because whenever they were at Hogsmeade, you could see Hogwarts in the back.
They took a couple loop-de-loops around. They stopped at the Hogwarts Burger King to
wait. The next line.
We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. Joel is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sung, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we moshed to the music. What's wrong? Then I caught on. Hey, it's okay. I don't like him better than you, I said. Really? Asked Draco sensitively, and then he put his arm around me all protective. Really? I said. Besides, I don't even fucking know Joel, and he's going out with Hillary fucking Duff.
It's true.
Not Hillary Duff catching strays in this. I fucking hate that little bitch, I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. The night,
OMG,
like,
Hillary.
damn. The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got GC concert tees. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back into the Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest.
Oh, I would like to say, from this point going forward, I don't know what happens.
That's all I've read too. At least in recent times. Because Viv and I read this back like years ago. I think like 5 years ago.
Okay. Draco, I shouted. What the fuck do you think you are doing? Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car, and he walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously. What the fucking hell? I asked angrily. Ebony, he asked. What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close, and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He doesn't have red eyes.
Read the next line. He was wearing color contacts. It's right there in the print.
He was wearing colored contacts, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness. And suddenly, I didn't feel bad anymore. And then, suddenly, just as Draco...
I want to try that again, honey.
And then, suddenly, just as Draco... Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Read the text.
Do you want to try that again, honey? Like, what a faggot. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's just written horribly. I forgot.
This is the exact line. And then there's a bunch of ellipses. Suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately. Just as you what? I need to know.
We'll never know.
Draco climbed on top of me, and we started to make out keenly against a tree. He took off of my top, and I took of his clothes. I even took off my bra. Then he put his thingy into my you-know-what? And we did it for the first time. Oh, I screamed. I was beginning to get an orgasm.
I didn't think this was going to be that kind of... Wait, this is NSFW.
OMG, we started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm, and then... What the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was...
Dumbledore! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up. Also, how long have we been doing this? I don't know if we're going to get to the whole... Okay, yeah, it's a really famously very long fanfic, so we might, not get to all of it.
Okay, we'll get through...
Which I know is going to be hard because the story is so compelling.
I'm so invested.
Chapter 5. Dumbledore, Maid, and Draco and I follow him. He kept shouting at us angrily. "You ludicrous fools," he shouted. I started to cry tears of blood down my pallid face. Draco comforted me. Which also, some of the writing is kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
I bet now she's some kind of erotic novelist.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry. "They were having sexual intercourse in the Forbidden Forest," he yelled in a furious voice. "Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces?" asked Professor McGonagall. "How dare you?" demanded Professor Snape. And then Draco...
demand.
And then Draco shrieked, "Because I love her!" Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said, "Fine, very well." This is my Alan Rickman voice. "You may go up to your rooms."
Kind of Squidward a little bit.
He is a little Squidwardy.
Yeah.
Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. "Are you okay, Ebony?" Draco asked me gently. "Yeah, I guess," I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair and changed into a low-cut, black floor-length dress with red lace all around it and black high heels. When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom, and he started to sing "I Just Want to Live" by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. Oh. After that, we said goodnight, and he reluctantly went back into his room.
Oh my god.
That's so romantic.
Wow. That's the end of the chapter. Okay.
Yeah, end of chapter 5.
Chapter 6. The next day I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black mini skirt that was all ripped around the end and a matching top with red skulls all over it. I spray painted my hair with purple.
Okay.
Okay, Diva.
Okay, sometimes
in the Great Hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal.
Shut the fuck up. Count Chocula, bitch.
With blood instead of milk. And a glass of red blood.
Hell the fuck yeah.
Someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled all over my top. Bastard! I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up because I was looking into the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that it was going down his face, and he was wearing black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing red contact lenses, just like Draco's. And there was no scar on his forehead anymore.
Is this Harry? Is this Harry Potter?
He had a manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. I'm sorry, he said in a shy voice. That's all right. What's your name? I questioned. My name's Harry Potter, although most people call me Vampire these days, he grumbled. Why? I exclaimed. Because I love the taste of human blood, he giggled.
Right,
Well, I am a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Yeah, I roared. We sat down and talked for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me. So I went away with him. End of chapter.
End of chapter. Okay, so we learned a lot that chapter. Harry Potter is now named Vampire because he enjoys drinking blood.
Is he actually a vampire, or does he just enjoy
He could
drinking
just
blood?
like it. I mean, chapter 7. And this one has a title. Bring Me to Life. Wake me up inside. Okay, Draco and I held our pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist sings on my nails. Signs in red nail polish. Author's note. See, does that sound like a Mary Sue to you? She said, bitch, my character is not a Mary fucking Sue,
So don't
okay?
even try
She
it.
has satanic sings on her nails, okay? I waved to Vampire. Dark misery. I still can't get over that his name's Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then we started Frenching passively. I think she meant to say passionately, but they're just passively Frenching.
Yeah.
And we took off each other's clothes enthusiastically. He felt me up before I took off my top. Then I took off my black leather bra and he took off his pants. We went on the bed and started making out naked. And then he put his boys thingy in mine and we had sex. Oh, Draco, I screamed while getting an orgasm when all of a sudden I saw a tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody gothic writing, were the words, Vampire. Wait. Did him and Harry are vampire?
Lovers?
Are they a little? I was so angry. You bastard, I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand, Draco pleaded. But I knew too much. No, you fucking idiot. You probably have AIDS. Tara. Author Tara. Girl. Was that necessary? What did you win? What did you achieve with this? Where did you think you were gonna do with that when you put that in this fucking story? I put on my clothes all huffily and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what. But I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom, where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. Vampire Potter, you motherfucker. End of chapter. That was my favorite chapter yet. That was amazing.
Wow.
10 out of 10.
Everyone in class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room even though he was naked and started begging me to take him back. Ebony, it's not what you think, Draco screamed sadly. My friend Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understandingly. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed her mother. What? Who?
So is Hermione Bloody Mary Smith? Is she? I'm so confused.
She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out her real last name is Smith and not Granger. Okay, yeah.
Hermione is Bloody Mary Smith.
Okay.
I love that name. That's a good drag name.
Since she has converted
Bloody Mary
to
Smith.
Wait, this next one. In parentheses, since she has converted to Satanism, she is Slytherin now, not Gryffindor.
Gryffindor said, if you are not a Christian, get out.
What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit? Snape demeaned angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco, I shouted at him. You weren't dating Vampire. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Ebony was...
Yeah, she mixed up the names.
I don't know why Ebony was so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire. I'm bi, and so is Ebony. Is this Draco? I'm bi, and so is Ebony for a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy fucker.
Who the fuck is Brittany?
We were just
Who the fuck is
friends
Brittany?
now. He had gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. In parentheses, haha, like I would hang out with a prep. But I'm not going out with Draco anymore, said Vampire. Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard, I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the forbidden forest where I'd lost my fertility. Or virility?
Virility, girl.
To Draco, and then I started to bust into tears. Least favorite chapter. I had no clue what was going on. Too many characters thrown in.
Who the fuck is Bloody Mary Smith? Who the fuck is Brittany? Who's this bitch Brittany?
And when was Ebony dating Vampire?
I think that she mixed up the names.
She had to.
Chapter 9. I was so mad and sad. I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then all of a suddenly, an horrible man with red eyes and no nose. Oh, has to be Voldemort. And everything started flying toward me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie. And he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort. No, I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted, Imperious, and I couldn't run away. Crookshanks, I shouted at him. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. Right.
Naturally.
That's logic. Ebony, he yelled, thou must kill Vampire Potter.
No! Oh no!
No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I begged. Thou must.
I like how he kind of went to logic there. I was like, fuck these stupid spells. Here's a gun.
Here's a fucking gun. You know what? I did always think that in Harry Potter. I was like, just shoot him.
Like,
don't get these Horcruxes. Just shoot the motherfucker.
because, bullets travel so fast. By the time he's done saying his spell, I've already shot him in the head.
Exactly. No, please, I begged. Thou must, he yelled. If thou does not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. Since when did Voldemort talk like the Sanderson sisters?
Dost thou comprehend?
How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude, you're so... Oh, that's the R word. It's the R slur.
I'm not going to say that one. I hate that word.
I'm not going to say that. I know, I hate that word. And by the way, we were just talking about this. People are fucking starting to use that.
Knock it off.
Don't do it.
Don't use that word.
That is not funny. It's like not even ironically funny. Don't use that word. I have telekinesis, he answered cruelly. And if you doth not kill Vampire, then thou know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew angrily away on his broomstick. I was so scared and mad I didn't know what to do. Suddenly Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said. Hi. Hi, he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation. Here we go. This is the outfit. White foundation, a messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram between Joel Madden and Gerard Way. Right. Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me, I expelled. That's okay, he said, all depressed. And we went back into Hogwarts together, making out. Okay.
And I looked ahead. There's like 12 chapters, so we can get through this.
Okay, perfect.
I was really scared about Voldemort all day. I was even upset, went to rehearsals with my gothic metal band, Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I am the lead singer of it, and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between GC, Slipknot, and MCR. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron, although we call him Diablo. He has black hair now.
I was wondering when Ron was going to show up.
And Hagrid. And Hagrid.
But it's spelled Hargrid. Hargrid.
Only today, Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't coming, and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably... Oh my god!
Self-harm disclaimer.
Self-harm disclaimer. I knew Draco was probably his He wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way you can kill a vampire is with a cross.
Or a steak, but it's spelled not like a wooden steak, but like a T-bone steak.
A T-bone steak. We were singing a cover of Helena, and at the end of the song, I suddenly busted into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice.
Concerted.
I also want to point out that bloody is spelled B''L''O'.
I was wondering why.
Bloody Mary. What the fuck do you think? I asked angrily. And then I said, well, Voldemort came and the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry. But I don't want to kill him because he's really nice. Even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears.
She's so kind.
Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind a wall.
Like the Kool-Aid Man?
Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you? You fucking poser muggle bitch.
Whoa.
Whoa. I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out, crying. We practiced for 1 more hour. Then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time I wasn't because he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. Ebony, Draco has been found in his room. He committed sewer slide by...
Was this a good idea?
Yes.
Chapter 11.
Oh my god.
This is the second to last chapter.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going to happen.
No, this is the last chapter.
Is it?
Yep, I just went ahead. It's the last chapter.
Oh my god. Okay. No, I screamed. I was horrified.
God, I'm actually crying.
It's emotional. It's emotional. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her to fuck off, and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me shouting, but he had to stop when I went into my room because he would look like a perv that way.
It's true.
Right. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I...
Self-harm warning.
We need to come up with like a word that we could say instead of this. I
whip my whisk.
I whipped both of my whips. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on a Linkin Park song at full volume. I grabbed a steak, again spelled like a T-bone steak, and almost stuck it into my heart to
Kermit sewer slide.
I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it, sandly. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the ends and 6 pairs of skull earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked out the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me. Who the fuck is Snap?
I think Snape.
It's supposed to be Snape. Was spying on me, and he was taking a videotape of me. And Lupin, which is spelled all Loopin, was masticating to it. Ew, you fucking pervs. Stop looking at me naked. Are you pedos or what? Suddenly, Vampire ran in. Abracadabra.
Oh, wait.
Abracadabra. This predicted Lady Gaga's single, Abracadabra. I'm shook. He yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb.
I think it's supposed to be wand.
But he pointed his womb. I took my gun and I shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they both started screaming, and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in. Dumbledore. Ebony, it has been revealed that someone has... No! He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and then waved his wand, and suddenly... Hagrid ran out on his broom and said, "Everyone, we need to talk."
Okay, Hagrid.
What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student. I may be a Hogwarts student. Hagrid, this time it's Hagrid, paused angrily. But I am also a Satanist.
Yes!
This cannot be, Snap said in his crisp voice.
So he's not dead?
As blood dripped from his head, where Dumbledore's wand had shot him. There must be other factors. You don't have any, I yelled in madly. Lupin held up the camera triumphantly. The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there. I felt faint, more than I normally do, like how it feels when you don't drink enough blood. Why are you doing this? Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked or happy or to bite him and drink his blood because I felt faint. Because, Hagrid said, and he was paused in the air dramatically. Because I love her.
And I realized that is not the end. There are 44 chapters.
I told you. See,
so I'm good stopping here, though.
I'm definitely good stopping
We're done.
here. Wait, this is a cliffhanger, though. We should do this again.
We'll continue. There's no way we're not.
Revisit My Immortal.
And it's split into 4 parts, so this is part 1. Well, we'll do it eventually down the road. It's not going to be our next one. But stay tuned. And if you like just reading these fan fictions, I do love reading stupid fan fictions.
Yeah.
If you know any other ones.
We're definitely going to read Sonic High School.
Sonic High School is insane.
At some point.
Because that one is great. I had a good time.
I had a good time, too.
This is a lot of fun.
This is a good idea.
This is really funny.
Yeah. Let us know if you want us to do any more fanfic or if you have any more ideas for Moments of Clarity. I think we're going to go ahead and sign out at this point. Please stay tuned in the Let's Scream pod this month for Stephanie Meyer March.
So excited.
If you're in kind of a gothic mood after reading My Immortal with us, you might want to continue that vibe. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us this month on Moments of Clarity. Make sure that you follow us on social media. We are at Let's Scream Pod on all the socials. I'm Parker_Will_C on Instagram.
And I'm Stevie Nash 95 on Instagram.
And please feel free to send us some Scream mail.
Any requests?
Yeah, any requests for future episodes. We'd love to hear your feedback. Thank you so much. And until next time, this has been
Moments of Clarity.
Bye.